Nightcap is a place to go. Nightcap, so you don't ever know. Nightcap, yeah! Pour a drink, dirty or virgin. Rum, water, or whiskey or gin. Nightcap, you don't have to be coy. Nightcap gives Ricky joy.
Hello and welcome to Nightcap, the bi-weekly web show consisting of two friends unwinding with the topics that make us hot. My name is Richard Pucci, and I have a rum and Pepsi here for my Nightcap. I winced because I had the audio playing from the web show in a in another
tab.
In another tab, and it was just really loud. It was really bad. Oh, and then I'm trying to get my chat up. All right, and even though I didn't introduce her, this is Miss Joy. I'm a real live streamer, Nickens. Hello, Miss Joy, and I have a job.
Who's on a hiatus? Yes, who's still currently kind of on a hiatus, but yes, I am here.
Like you are, but you're not.
Yeah, I know. Just trying out here.
The intent is there. The intent is there.
Oh yeah, I've been wanting to edit this one video for many weeks, and I just every time I want to do it, I just get so tired, and I'm just like, nope.
That's all right. It's not easy.
Oh, and I have my clear vodka.
Your Oland sings.
My Olin sings. I need to drink more of that. Yes.
Yeah, I'm doing pretty well. I didn't I got this from like the liquor cabinet at my parents' house. It's not mine. I just put a little bit of it in. So I'm stealing liquor like I'm a 5-year-old or like I'm a preteen. Hello, Mr. Rodney is in the house. Hi, Rodney. Oh. Yes.
He's quick.
Excellent. Fun fact. So life stuff. So I'm working my two jobs currently, plus cutting hair on the slide. And I lost a wire. So I have a little hair trimmer, and I lost the wire. So now the last client that I like went to was like the last of the group. So typically I have like 2 to 3 weeks where nobody texts me asking for a haircut. And then all of a sudden I get all these messages saying like, oh, can you cut my hair now? Can you cut my hair now? So I have no idea where my trimmer wire is. And it's like the regular like 90s circular thing. And they used to be universal. And now I don't have one. So I'm like freaking out.
Boggling your mind. But I hope we find where it is, eventually by the end of this week.
Yes. Well, I think I figured out. It's funny because I texted 2 of my clients already, saying like, "Oh, did I leave a wire there?" Which seems so unprofessional, and I hate the fact that I had to do it. But considering the fact that I've been at this game for, I don't know, like 10 months now, I don't think I feel comfortable. Like whatever. But I got a trimmer at Walmart, and the thing is like the worst thing I've ever used in my life. So the fact that like people think that like, oh wow, just go to Walmart and get like a trimmer or like a buzzer. Like no, they're really bad. So don't do that. And then Mr. Rod
from
like the beauty supply store, or like you could get it from a beauty supply store, or if you worked at a Uber cuts, and if you just happen to have walked away with it. So yes, except for I would never do that. But then again, also I worked there for 5 years and never got a raise, nor did I get a bonus or a like commission. So like, but I would never do that. It's terrible because that's stealing.
Oh yeah, no.
So yes, and then Mr. Rodney says that he was sitting here watching Monster Hunter World streams and saw the notifications. Hee hee. Yay.
I hope that game is good. I'm hearing a lot of good things about it. I don't know what it's about. It seems good.
And did you have any fun Super Bowl stuff for your life thing? Did you go to any parties or anything?
No, but I was trying to watch it fully, but I ended up missing the first half of the game and the halftime show, and then just came in for the third quarter and the fourth quarter, and I wanted the Eagles to win, so fly Eagles fly. So happy that the Patriots lost finally. Like, you know, I mean, they've lost before, but I mean, they always win. It seems like they always win the Super Bowl, so I'm very happy for them, for the Eagles.
Well, did you hear about what Giselle Bundchen said to her kids that were like audibly upset?
No, what happened?
She was like, "Well, sometimes you need to let other people win."
Yeah, like, but that's
No, think about the way that she said it though.
but yeah, like the condescending tone. Sometimes you just have to let other people win. No, stupid. Like your husband. I mean, I'm sure he played his heart out, but man, the Eagles were not giving up so easily. So,
Well, I think the intent was there, which is, sometimes other people have to win versus like sometimes you gotta let other people win. I think she obviously didn't mean it the way that it sounds.
other people win this time.
Yeah, but which can, you know what I'm saying?
I don't care about her.
Oh my gosh. Rodney's saying, "Oh my gosh, I'm so happy that the Patriots didn't win." And then he also heard about what Giselle said, and she was like, "They won one, but your father has won 5." Mm-hmm. And he says, "I think Giselle meant it when she said that."
Yeah, she seemed like she's been living with the Brady so long that she's like forgot how to be not arrogant. So hey, not saying I hate Brady that he's an arrogant person, but I feel like her and him have a different standard when it comes to living. So that's just your excuse for your husband and his team for not winning this year. Like you guys have won for a 5. So deal with it.
No. Shoot. As I'm like moving, do you see like my mic like gradually
going in and
yeah. Well, I just wrapped it with this thing that way my peas wouldn't pop.
Okay. A pop filter.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. It's better than a dirty old sock.
I do have my I brought my mic, but it's up there. It's on the dresser.
Okay, so Rodney and other viewers, Joy has got like the best setup in the world. Like her setup is like 10 times better than like my rinky-dink setup. And yet like she doesn't use it. Like there are times where she's like, "I'm using my phone today." And yet she's got like stuff that like would probably make me like cream my pants. And yet she's like,
you got to keep it simple.
Keep it simple, stupid. Boom. Let's see. We talked about Super Bowl and other stuff. I don't know why I'm going like this because it seems really dumb. I know you guys don't care, but I'm moving to game news. Okay, all right. So I've been playing Friday the 13th. I don't think anybody that watches Nightcap probably cares, but I do. So that's why I'm talking about it. They came out with an update, which all the updates are free. And they came out with Friday the 13th part 5. So now 5 is available. And that killer was actually not Jason. It was somebody dressed up as Jason who wanted vengeance for basically Jason killing his son. And so that's really cool because it was the first time that the model was different. Because the size, like his size is quite different. The head is really weird, but also there was a new map which is really cool. And I think part of the reason why all of the updates are free, with the exception of the cosmetic ones, is that it would split the fan base, because then if you use the new map, and if if half the players didn't have it, then matchmaking would be so weird,
Because you're not being fair to all the people that should have the map. You only have like not your whole entire fan base or your whole entire audience.
Yeah, which is why Call of Duty Zombies is so weird, because like you'll go to like one of the initial maps that came with the game, and there will be 12,000 people looking in matchmaking, and then you go to one of the other maps that didn't come with it, that's a DLC, and then it's like 1,000 people. So then you're not getting matched with like the best people that you should be getting matched with. So I think that's really smart that they're releasing all this stuff as free content. Also, Jason X from like the space movie, they showed a thing dealing with him, so he's definitely going to be in the game. And there was a new game mode where it would be all counselors, and then one of them would be the secret killer, which I'm super excited about. And they showed a trailer for that a little bit ago, but they actually they cannot release it because in like test mode, in its like beta or in its alpha, they just say it's not as fun. So they're trying to like figure out a way to make it fun, but that's the thing that I'm really excited about. So that's me and my gaming. How about you, Joy? Oh wait. And Rodney just said that Rodney just said that they buffed Jason again. And yes, they did. Which is funny because now it's like, okay, so when they first released the game, Jason was like too strong, but it was good because it worked. Because this isn't a like ranked sort of game. If two people escape when you're Jason, that should be a failure. And then they like nerfed him to the ground because counselors were complaining. And there was an item that was like a get out of jail free card, and there used to be 3 on a map, and then all of a sudden there were like 9 of them on the map. So it was like really dumb. So there are less pocket knives on the maps, and his grab range got increased because they nerfed it down to the ground. So now it's fun to play Jason again.
Yay!
Yes. So this is the time for you to start playing, Missy, before they like buff the counselors or something. So yeah. So I feel like Jason has a shot. So yay! All right, back to Joy.
I actually bought Final Fantasy Dissidia, but I've only played like 10 minutes of it, and it's okay, but I wish it was more along the lines of easier Dragon Ball Z games to play. So, yeah, I mean, I like it. It looks pretty, but I haven't played it enough to really know more about it. I also bought 3 co-op games. So if anybody, we haven't played them yet, but I ended up buying Lego's Marvel Superheroes, and then I bought this game called Ukulele, and then this third game called Rayman Legends. So we're going to check and see if those are any good co-op games. But if anyone has any couch co-op, like I can play with someone next to me kind of games, let me know. Hit us up at Nightcap on Facebook and Twitter. I'm sorry. Ronnie said, I look exhausted. I can see your eyes rolling in the back of your head. Oh, God. Also, to answer something, Ricky already has a mic. We have the same mic, so he can already have the mic. I'm going to wake up more. I'm sorry.
I
Go ahead.
yeah, we have the same mic. I ended up buying it like years after she had it.
Mm.
But yeah, she definitely is tired. See, look, Joy, like when she works, she's like dead to the world. She's like, man, I had it too easy for too long.
Right, exactly. What had happened was, maybe this could segue to the next topic, but last night I caught up on the episode of Supergirl that I was trying to watch previously before I got sleepy. And then I was catching up on the latest episode, which was yesterday. The latest episode was today, but yesterday it was one from last week. So I was catching up on the new series that I adore, Black Lightning. So I wanted to at least watch them and catch up with them, so that if and by chance I were ever to talk about it, I would know. So I went to bed late. So I'm a little tired now. But I'm waking up. I'm waking up now. So yeah. So that's why. No, I did not personally watch Cloverfield Paradox, but the BB seems very interested in watching it. So
Wait, so is
it's
that
on Netflix.
related? I was gonna say, is that related to like Cloverfield and like whatever Cloverfield Lane?
Probably, but like I didn't watch any of those movies, so I'm out. Like I wouldn't know what they're about. I would Wikipedia it
Hmm.
because I don't know.
Okay, so Rodney says that they are related to the Cloverfield movies.
Okay.
Rodney, if you watched it, in fact, is it something that you could watch on its own, or do you need to know the backstory from the other ones? That's something that I'm wondering. Just because I feel like nowadays, like they work extra hard to make sure that you don't need that tie-in to where it's like helpful, but it's not needed. You know?
Mhm. Because I would rather, I guess, in this day and age, I would rather just want to watch it, like, and I not have to sit here and be like, oh, now I gotta watch the other two and figure out why, and like, no. If I could just jump into a story, that's kind of what we need these
Oh,
day and age. Oh, okay,
okay. So he says that at this point you can watch it on its own because the story is all over the place. Okay, cool.
nice.
There are way more questions now that haven't been answered than have been answered. Excellent.
Okay,
And it sounds like they're fully aware that that people don't have time for that.
exactly.
Um
Too much.
oh as far as shows are concerned, so at my job and activities,
Mhm.
something that I've been doing show wise is I've been bringing my Apple TV to work. Um
Nice.
so like they get like Apple TV, so like we have like Dick Van Dyke on Netflix, I Love Lucy on Hulu. We have some DVDs of like of seasons of like I Love Lucy and stuff like that. But
Mhm.
it's so nice to be able to just like hit it up on the Apple TV. And like I was thinking about getting a that way I wouldn't have to bring my personal Apple TV back and forth from work.
Yeah.
I was thinking about like getting like what's it called? A Roku box.
Oh yeah, so you
Or
can just bring it on the go,
yeah, so I could just leave it there,
or a
you
Fire
know?
Stick, maybe.
Or like a Fire Stick, or just because like I feel like I feel like it's not like as smart or as pretty, but like you can have Hulu on it, you can have Netflix on it, and then during my breaks from work, I play Just Dance on my Apple TV. So
Ooh.
so it's like it's funny. I'm like I'm exercising, and like my friend Tammy does it with me, and then our other two coworkers kind of just watch.
Which is fine, but hey, we all need the exercise, so I think everyone should join along every time we play it.
Oh yeah, and like I'm doing it for a half an hour. It on my watch it counts it as exercise. It's not like I'm like no, I'm like yeah, as well as I convert the dance routines for the people
Mm.
into activity, like into like a dance while seated. So that's always
Nice.
fun. And then Rodney suggested that I could also get an NVIDIA Shield as well. I'm going to look into that. The less money, the better, just because our department, it's not like we have a lot of money, but it was one of those things that just for ease of use, I was even just thinking about just like buying it if it was like $50, you know. I don't feel like that's a lot to like invest in comparison to like moving my like Apple TV and like wrapping cords and then the wear and tear on that, you know.
But, you know, you need a simplistic setup, and that would be a pretty good thing if you just could minimize all of that, like wires and complicated stuff.
Oh yeah, excellent. So I'm gonna look into that, Rodney.
Thank you, Ronnie, for suggesting it.
Excelente. Let's see. We're doing so good tonight. I feel like everybody's like on board. All right. So I have a book and I also have a movie that are linked together. All right. So I'm gonna go with movies, and then I'll loosely tie in books, but it's very loose. Okay, non-guilty pleasure. I saw The Greatest Showman, which is kind of guilty pleasure-esque. And it was really good. I was like, ew, gross. Like
Zac Efron and Zendaya.
Yeah, which I mean, like, I have to say that they were like the least drawing thing to me. Their song, the audio of their song, I thought was like one of the weakest songs in the movie, but like the visuals during it were like really cool. So if you're not a fan of musicals, you could watch this movie and watch the spectacle of it and be like, wow. I went with a friend of mine and we were like, I think we were like 15, 20 minutes late, but the person was like, oh, you know, it takes 10 minutes with the thing. And I could tell that he like didn't want to go. And I was like, no, I was like, it's only 10 minutes. It's a musical. It's fine. So we walked in and it was just like the introduction song. And we didn't miss anything, especially because in a musical, you know, the introduction song is going to be at the last scene. They're going to redo it, you know, they're going to use it to tie it up. So it was fine. And so that movie was good. I actually looked up some of the music. I listened to some of the music while I was driving. That's how catchy it was. So musical people. And then there's a terrible movie that came out 5 years ago called Beautiful Creatures. And for some odd reason, I thought about it and I was like, I'm going to watch that terrible movie. That was a book that I read and the movie was terrible. And I watched it, and guilty pleasure wise, it was a good movie. Was it a good adaptation?
Probably not.
You know what? They missed out on like certain things, but like they got the gist of it. I think and it was like, okay, so this movie was like, when it came out, they were like, this is going to be the next Twilight because it's like girly and stupid.
Oh, please.
But the fans of the book were like, oh, you didn't do this, you didn't do that. So like they basically killed a franchise at the first movie because they were so picky.
Well, that's fandoms for you.
Which I think is so dumb because, so if you think about it, the more people that watch the book will or the more people that watch the movie or movies, the more the book will succeed, which means you'll get more spin-offs of the book.
But people don't like to think that far. They really don't.
Rodney, I know it says it has terrible reviews, but that's because fandoms
can make or break, and they're so annoying.
You know why I say that, Rodney? I say that because if you look on like real reviewer like video reviews by like, you know, TV guy reviews, and then it's like this guy and he's like, you know what? He's like, if I had to watch this movie with a chick, wasn't that bad. He's like, could I get the story? Yeah. Did the leads have good chemistry? Yeah. Oh, and Chris is here. Hey, Chris. Rodney said that the movie has terrible reviews, and Chris said that people like to race and read the book before the movie comes out so they can pick it apart. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. But at the end of the day, it was like a fun sort of like fun teenage. It was a fun teenage like supernatural romance romp. Like you're not getting, they might dabble in meaning, but like it's not War and Peace.
Oh yeah, sure. Beautiful creatures. You make me want to watch it, or at least read it.
Yeah, no. It's good. It's about a mortal that falls in love with a girl that's a witch, and they call themselves casters, and they don't belong in the town. Neither of them do, because his parents were like scholars. So they're in like South Carolina. So like he doesn't belong because the people there are ignorant, and she doesn't belong because the people there are ignorant. Like, and they kind of just meet each other. Oh, and the thing that I liked about it is it's all in his perspective. So to have a romancy like bubblegum book in a male point of view is actually kind of refreshing. All right, so that's my double dosage. So
I do have what's the word? An epiphany. So I also realized why I'm so sleepy. I actually took a pill that that I was supposed to take at bedtime, but I was so scared that I wasn't going to remember after this, so I took it before Nightcap. So now I'm basically fighting this. I think I'm fighting this pill to like stay awake. It's called gabapentin. I think that's the main thing. I'm only taking it for like I'm almost done with it, but yeah. Gosh, I just want to make sure that if you guys think that I'm just like on drugs or something, you're kind of right.
I love how you basically just said that you kind of just roofied yourself.
Yeah, pretty much. Thank God I'm not drinking alcohol tonight. But I just was like, why do I feel this way? And it's just because of the thing I took. Yeah, it must be. Sorry, folks. Oh my God. Okay, so Chris said he might start Altered Carbon tonight. It looks interesting. I was also recommended that.
Wow.
My cousins. Luckily I hung out with my two cousins. Shout out to them, Antonio and Carlo, and they recommended that on Netflix. So I did add that. I actually added that to my list on Saturday, and I just want to be able to sit down, have some time, and read it. I mean, watch it. So yeah.
Look at that. Yeah, well, Rodney watched the first 5 episodes. I feel like if you watch 5 episodes of something, you really should just like
finish.
Just like skip work and just like watch the last like 6.
Right? You might as well just sit down and watch the rest of it. Oh, and he finished Punisher. Chris said he just finished The Punisher and The Good Place. I also added The Punisher on my list, and I have it sitting there. Just haven't had time to like watch it yet.
Oh. Rodney said that he's gonna finish up Altered Carbon tomorrow. So from my mouth to God's ears, right?
Exactly, pretty much. Yeah, there's so many shows I'd like to finish, so I don't blame you. At least you're almost done. I'm nowhere near that. Gosh. What else we got?
All right.
Movies and stuff, and books.
Oh, did you want to say your movie? Didn't you rewatch Final Fantasy?
Yeah, I'll try to be quick about it. I know. I watched Final Fantasy VII Advent Children for the first time in many years, and I watched it with the full version. So I'm trying to think of the deluxe version or whatever you want to call it. The one that has all of the deleted scenes in it. And it was nice. It actually made more sense with the scenes that they took out obviously that sounds completely normal. But yeah, last time I watched it on DVD, regular DVD. This time I bought it last year on Blu-ray, but it was like additional scenes, trailers, all the extra stuff. Yeah, the Blu-ray version. Thank you, Rodney. And it was really nice. So that was like to me the latest movie I saw besides Jumanji that I'm pretty sure I explained before. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. It made much more sense why there's like random children in there, and I forgot all about the main dudes, like the evil dudes. Just forgot about them. But yeah, it did an excellent job. That movie's ahead of its time. So yeah.
All right. Book wise. All right. Fun fact, me and books. All right. So the thing in Beautiful Creatures, the book and in the movie, they have a lot of emphasis on like libraries. And so I was like, man, I haven't been to the library in forever. And then I looked and I didn't see my library card. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to go to the library. So I went to the library and I got a new library card. And I was like, oh, yeah, I like lost my library card. And the lady was like, the last time you were here was 2009.
Jesus.
Except for I know that I had my library card. Like, I know that I've been to the library since then because I did like research.
Yeah.
But I couldn't take out the research books from when I was in college.
Because you didn't have the library card.
No. Because I had it. It's just, it was in my wallet. And that wallet I ended up losing. So, yeah. And then, so I went to the library with the intent of getting the second Beautiful Creatures book, which I also have downstairs in my house currently. But I never read it because I forget what. But since it's in like boxes or whatever, I was like, I'm just gonna go to the library. And then I felt embarrassed. So I borrowed this instead, and it is the graphic novel version of A Midsummer Night's Dream, and it has the original text because you can have original text, plain text, or quick text. And it like looks brand spanking new, and I had no intentions of even reading this, and I still haven't really read it, but it's like really pretty. And oh yeah, definitely. But it's like it's as dry as reading it like in the regular play form. Like it is dry to read. Like I'd rather just like look at the pictures and be like, ooh, they look happy. I'm sorry.
They look happy. They look sad.
Well, just because it's so dense. Like, I'm not saying that it's not good at all. It's just you need to be in the right frame of mind for that sort of thing. So I grabbed that, and then I ended up signing up for like the online digital library with my local library. So now I can get ebooks. I can borrow ebooks from my library, which is a really great resource. And they also include audiobooks. And so while I've been working at Starbucks, I have my little earpiece in and I just like listen to it. So I listened to all of the first book. Yeah, because I was embarrassed to like grab stuff. I'm like, I'll just borrow digital copies of things I'm too embarrassed to check out because I'm a 28-year-old man. No, that is literally the reason why I did. I'm like, I'm a little old for this shit.
No, there are people older than you that still check out like Digimon, and Pokemon and LARP. You'll be fine.
No, but that's like I feel like that's like.
Yeah.
No. Like, it's like teenage romance. Like, no, come on.
Teenage romance is always. You were a teenager once. Everyone was a teenager once, so.
Yeah, I know. I should like grow up.
Well.
Yeah, but like Rodney, that's because Rodney is saying like, oh, I still watch cartoons. Never be ashamed. And I'm like, cartoons and like Digimon. That's like retro cool. Like the stuff that I just like looked up is like not retro cool. It's like Shameful.
I wouldn't say shameful, but I'm just happy that you would be standing in your truth and listening and reading to what you want to listen and read along with. Yeah, don't be ashamed.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome.
Oh, and so you've been doing what? Your comic thing?
Yeah, I actually went on a little bit of a comic book spree, and I bought a lot of books. I have them next to me, but I'm not gonna pull all of them out because it's late and it's gonna make noise. But I basically caught up on the comic book series America, which they are canceling next month. So that was upsetting. Yeah, another story that I really loved, and they canceled it. Thanks, Marvel. Like hashtag thanks Obama, but hashtag thanks Marvel. So I got issues 5 through 11. So it's been a while. I also got this one book called Black, which again I haven't read any of these yet, so I'm just listing what I got. I got this one called Black. I got Rise of the Black Panther, and I got this one called Excel, which Excel is about a Latino superhero. He's basically the Flash, but not the Flash. That's how they told me. And then, so that was Saturday, and then Sunday, I got volume 2 of Rocket Girl. Let's check that one out. She's an Asian superhero, who has a jetpack and she flies around in the 80s-esque future. A new comic book hero by the name of the Silencer. She is a black woman who can kill you by going shh, and a bubble forms around her and the enemy. I don't know. I haven't read it yet. It seemed interesting. I bought the continuation of Black, which is called Black AF. Can't wait to read that. I bought the trade, so like a thick book of another story called Noble, which is a black superhero. And the last one is The Many Adventures of Miranda Mercury. So all the themes of comics that I buy are at the moment Black, Asian, or Hispanic superheroes.
I think you could probably simplify that and just say people of color.
Oh yeah, people of color. The last time I bought,
I don't mean to white explain.
No. I wasn't like, how dare you?
No. I was defending myself for future commenters.
Oh yeah, no. I only mentioned them as Black, Asian, and Latino because I wanted people to know specifically which superheroes I was looking at. Okay. Because I didn't mention Miss Marvel. I didn't get to buy any Miss Marvel comics yet, but Miss Marvel is of Indian descent. But I didn't buy any of her yet. When I go back next time, I want to buy Ironheart, which I know I've explained on the podcast. Jesus. I've explained on the show, on the web show, and she's African American. She's 15 or 16, and she's pretty much but she's kind of filling Tony Stark's shoes as Iron Man, but she's Ironheart. So yeah, I've been on a binge, and I can't wait to have time to sit down and read these comics because they seem, very intriguing. Thanks to my cousins, Carlo and Antonio. So yeah, I'm excited.
Yay! I have a play that I need to read, like really badly. A friend of mine. Did I mention? I feel like I mentioned this like ages ago, but okay. So a friend of mine was. She wrote a play, not the friend that you met.
Okay, okay, different.
Somebody like, yeah, internet friend from like ages ago. She wrote a play about the online website that like we all met each other on,
Hmm.
and it's musical. And she wrote it, and she told me that she wrote it, and then she was supposed to send it to me, and then like a month later, she finally I ended up getting it.
Mm.
But like I still haven't like set out the time because like part of me, I'm like horse blinders. I'm like I want to like read it from start to finish.
Yeah.
And I'm just like waiting to do that. That's like something that I absolutely have to do. That way I can like let her know because like this is like her baby, and she sent it to me, and it's been like a month and a half.
Yeah, I mean, everyone has life. Everyone
Yeah.
goes through life. So, just tell her that you are in the middle of trying to read it.
Yeah, well, I mean, I sent her I forget how many weeks ago I sent her like right after I got it. I was like, "Oh, I meant to read it, but I just started working 2 jobs again, and like I really just want to like sit down in the moment that I like get finished reading it. I'll tell you like an initial thing, and then I'll like break it down, and then I'll send you another message with like sort of like my breakdown of what I really think, like the reasons why I think what I think." Just because school for theater have to analyze everything.
Of course.
Mr. Rodney says that the Black Panther review embargo has been lifted and people are loving it. I did not.
That?
An embargo means that so if
Like
you
a review embargo, I don't understand.
All right, so that means that you can't. It's kind of like what they did with they do it with everything. So like let's say you know how sometimes like review sites will review a game before it's released.
Mm-hmm.
Other times they will let people play it, and then the people can write their reviews, but they're not allowed to release it until after it's already been released. So they let the critics watch it, but they can't actually
say anything.
Like they can't publish it until after a certain point of time. So that would be the embargo of their review. So like sometimes they'll do it like Andromeda what's it called? The Andromeda game. It was no, the
Andromeda game.
Yeah, the game where it was like a 3-part game, and then they released like a spin-off game where like Mass Effect. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm like, what?
Okay, so Mass Effect Andromeda, they let the people play the game, but they weren't allowed to release their reviews until after it released. And the reason why was because the game was so bad that they didn't want that to hamper pre-orders or initial first day buying. And then other times they do it because they want to avoid spoilers. So it can either be a really good thing because they have a really good product and they don't want people to ruin it. It could be a bad thing. They have a really shitty product and they don't want to miss out on sales, misleading people.
Mm-hmm.
So fun fact. Though I did hear, I was watching, I listen/watch Felicia Day's Google Plus Hangout thing called I listened to her like Webshow thing, and some of the girls were saying that the girls in that movie, they were like, "Man, those chicks, they made the movie. They were really amazing." I know nothing about Black Panther, but they were saying that the ladies in Black Panther were really amazing.
Yeah, I can't wait to see.
I was like,
Black Panther.
which didn't you say that in about the comics? You were like, these chicks are cool.
Yeah, with another one they canceled. It was more about like the women are his warriors.
Mm-hmm.
And they're so what I understood was they were basically supposed to get married to him at some point, but then they got rid of that and it's basically his army, like his army of female assassins that would die for him. which is insane. But then the comic, the Dora, thank you, Rodney, the Dora Milaje. If I say that right, if I didn't, I'm so sorry. But the comic was two of them falling in love with each other despite like having to be dedicated to the Black Panther their whole life. And then they canceled it.
It sounds like Sister Wives, I'm not gonna lie.
No. It basically is like it's them being this whole not sorority, but being a army, and then they have to be like, what's the word? Inducted into it, or you have to be. I guess you have to fight your way into it, and then you just have to be part of his army. But then the struggle was just like, I don't love him. I respect him. He's my king and all, but I don't love him. I don't want to be married to him ever. I want to marry you. And then the other girl was like, what? No, girl, what are you talking about? So, yeah, I really wish that they didn't cancel all of these women-based comics. But
well, it's really kind of, it sucks. We talked about it a couple of shows ago about how Marvel and how it was Marvel in general, how they like episode ones, because the moment that there's not episode, issue ones, because they always get a spike at issue 1, and then with every other issue it sort of goes down. So the moment that they kill a comic, like they'll bring it back, which is why there's so many reiterations of things. That way they can make the profits.
Man, I hate it because I've definitely, my cheap self, I didn't have no money, but I bought every comic.
Yeah.
And I never bought comics this much in my whole life. So I'm just like, every time I bought a comic book from Marvel thus far, it seems like it gets canceled, especially when it comes to LGBT characters.
No, so and it's definitely a shitty thing that happens. And if you think about it, that's the thing that sucks about it so much, is the reason why they were able to get really rich characters and storylines is because they followed it through like a soap opera. And Rodney's right. That's there are usually a lot of reboots. And that's the reason why, because they can just repackage it and sell it to people. They're like, oh my gosh, I loved that comic book so much. And they're rebooting it. And I hope, I can't wait to see where it goes now. And it's kind of like shitty, because then you end up regurgitating half of the stuff that you already know. And then by the time it starts getting good, they're like, oh, we're going to cancel it and then bring it back again. So you end up not getting anywhere. It's like reincarnation, and you still end up dying at age 80.
It's so stupid, because it started off great, and now I'm just like, oh man, excuse me, I'm having the hiccups again. Now I have to wait for this to happen again, like you said. So I don't know, Marvel, get your crap together, like for real.
All right, and anything else before we close off, Miss Joy?
I really have to go to the bathroom, so you can say your speech first.
All right. So
be right back, Cal.
I really I don't know why she left, because I don't have anything to talk about. I'm just working with the old people. Love them. Love the new job. Working 2 jobs definitely makes me happier. It's nice to have money again. Don't necessarily have the time for the money, but I definitely love having 2 jobs and sort of saving up my nest egg back to where I've been. That way one day I don't have to live here. Thank you, parents, but I don't mean to seem ungrateful, but or like an ingrate, but it's just sad. It's sad. Yeah. And so I'm probably going to like half-assed listen to the Next Beautiful Creatures book while I'm working at Starbucks with an earpiece in, because why not? And I love my old people at my job. It's one of those really good things. Oh, and Nightcap update. We are officially at the first and third. Nightcap is every first and third week of the month because we are a little odd.
Yes. I'm so glad I came in right at that part. Yeah.
Right? I love the way that sounds. So yes, first and third. So that is my spiel. You didn't miss anything. I was just saying that I'm happy having 2 jobs.
Oh yeah. Speaking of having 2 jobs, I don't have 2 jobs. However, I noticed a bit of a pay increase in my paycheck, and I was like, did anyone else experience that? And I feel like it's because of the tax bill. That's what everyone's kind of chalking it up to. So, I'm not thanking what's his name? Rumpte, resident pay Rumpte. I'm not thanking him for anything. I'm just saying if I got an increase in my paycheck and I questioned it and I got my pay stubs and I was like, oh, okay. So we'll see. Hopefully everyone's filing their taxes early.
Oh, I thought that was optional nowadays.
Huh. You better file for the IRS come for you. No, you'll be fine. But yeah.
No, I was joking.
Yeah, I keep seeing memes about the FBI agent in your computer that's assigned to you, like starts talking back to you, and I'm like, what? Who are these people? Like, who makes these memes? But yeah, file your taxes. Catch up on some podcasts if you're missing podcasts. And definitely follow us on all the social medias. It'd be great. Thank you to Rodney. Thank you to Chris.
Yes, thank you, Chris. I'm so happy you could make it.
Word. We appreciate you guys. You guys are all Rodneys. Rodney Ting's not here, but we got you in spirit. And yeah, just have a good week, y'all. Just continue to be blessed. No matter what you think that is.
Ooh, hands up. All right. And then this is going to be the last episode where I play our rock theme at the end, just because I'm so proud of it.
Yeah, tell us you love it, guys. If you love it.
This is the last time I'm going to play this at the end of the show. Okay.
Yeah! Pour a drink, dirty or virgin. Coffee, water, whiskey or gin. Nightcap, you don't have to be cool. Nightcap, here's the enjoy.
All right. Thank you for watching, guys. Woo! We appreciate you. Have a great week, okay? Bye. We love you.
Nightcap, be cool. Nightcap,